Oh, hey, you guys. I didn't see you there. I was getting cock-blocked. Get it? I really wanted to do this with a live rooster, but we're not zoned for roosters here. Anyway, hello, and welcome to the Daily Alison. Today is Wednesday, July 22nd. See how much I knew the date? That's because today is the day that I am flying back to New York. It's pretty sad for everyone around here, and also for me, but more for them. I need to apologize to you guys because apparently I led you to believe that I was going to shoot myself out of a cannon yesterday. And I had every intention of doing so, but then other things got in the way. And those other things are I went on another bike ride. That is 3 bike rides in 3 weeks, which is a lot, but it was 2 bike rides 2 days in a row. And a lot of days in between the other ones. But anyway, I think I may have overdone it yesterday because parts of my body that I normally have feeling in are now numb, and then there's other, like muscles that I never knew I had are spasming. So, feels good. It's a good kind of pain. Not really. But, yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. Someone at the door. I wish this was like something exciting, like, look, it's my guest at the door, but it's not. It's just someone at the door. I think it's UPS. Let's not shut this off. Let's just observe. Let's watch YouTube. I'm listening. I'll tell you guys what happens. I hear some quiet murmuring. Oh, someone went outside. If we hear a gunshot, that's going to be super weird. Anyway, who was it, Dad?
It's just a delivery.
Oh, it was just a delivery. So evidently, I heard on Twitter from my fans, I love you guys, thank you for keeping an eye out and letting me know that Geico has stolen my line, oh hey, I didn't see you there. And so some people are up in arms and suggesting that I sue. I've got no problem with that. So I will unleash the dogs on them, especially if those dogs are lawyers. Anyway, let's think. I'm trying to just think if there's any sort of recap that we need to have. No, because that would involve a fair amount of video editing. I feel like I've been in California forever, I will say that. And so I'm pretty excited to go back, and even though it's raining a lot in New York. So anyway, I have a special guest today. It's my dad. Dad, welcome to my show.
I'm on my way.
Okay. So how are you feeling about the fact that I'm leaving California?
It is terribly sad, and I'll tell you the reason it's so sad.
Okay.
Is because one of the pleasures of being a dad and having your children around is
doing this show, right?
Doing this show, but even more is that you can embarrass your children. That's a father's obligation.
Oh, thanks.
Because you were talking one time about how when you were in grade school, your carpool would come by and mommy would say, the carpool is here. And I would say to you or your sister, I said, hurry up, get your bathing suits on. Mm-hmm. And you would give me that look that children get. And that's when I found out, too, that dad is a multisyllabic word. Because it's not dad, it's dad.
Yeah.
So with you gone, there's nothing left nobody to embarrass.
You could try to embarrass Toby.
Remember when we went into an antique store and I said, what's new?
No, but see, I feel like there were many, many years where I was horrified by your jokes. However, now I feel like I've just become someone who now almost uses the same jokes.
Oh,
I've refined them. I've improved upon them.
Yes, well,
but I feel like my dumb puns at the beginning of this show, and by dumb I mean awesome and clever, and for the person who asked, yes, I do come up with them every day. And now I feel like those are kind of very similar to your bad jokes.
I know. I'm so flattered. I am so flattered. And well, one of my favorites, of course, is when we luck out in a restaurant and they say the special of the day is bean soup, and I say, I don't care what it's been. What is it now? Yeah, notice how you ran away from that one really
I think
fast.
that one of my favorite you in a restaurant stories, though, is we were in a restaurant and I think you ordered, and then the waitress turned to Mom and said, I'm like, and what about you, cutie? And then you said, I said I'll have the salad or whatever.
That's right, yeah, the waitress said, and what will the pretty one have?
Oh, yeah, and you said, I said I'll
have the hamburger or something like that.
Yeah, and then also, do you remember, this one's a little bit blue, so I'll just say it anyway. we were all in Las Vegas playing poker or something, and someone said to, and Mom, I guess, Mom, the card shark, said I don't know if she sighed or something, and then she told you that someone had said to her, "Do you want some cheese with your wine?" And then you suggested that what she say back to them was, "Do you want some salt with your go F yourself?"
I've forgotten that one.
That was good.
But I believe that sounds like me, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, in your videos, one of your commenters said, were they crossing the line when they said Mom was such a hot babe, and your dad is so lucky to
I think that
score
was
such
was
a...
it Boinkity maybe or Ted?
Boinkity,
yeah.
Your dad is so lucky to score such... It wasn't luck, Boinkity. You see, Mama Rosen, fortunately, is incredibly nearsighted and had no idea what I looked like. So she said, "You have to tell me, what do you look like?" And I said, "Well, I'm often mistaken for Paul Newman, sometimes Cary Grant. Will you marry me?" And she said, "Oh, yes, of course." So it's not luck at all. It was skill landing the hot babe, your mom.
Okay. But another funny story from that time, though, is that didn't you say to her something like, "How would you feel if I told you I had 6 kids?"
Yes. I was building up to telling her about I had your twin brothers.
Yeah.
Yes. So when I said, "How would you feel if I had 6 kids?" and she was trying to be nice about it, and she said, "Well, I don't know." And then I said, "I'm just kidding. I only have 2." And she said, "Oh, well, that's a plus." But they were dear children, and your mom was very good about it and took very good care of your brothers. So it all worked out well. Another thing I hate about you leaving is when you and I can go places together and get lost.
It's true, although we actually haven't done that. Do you remember? Oh, do you remember? Okay, so I have no sense of direction, which I inherited from my dad. The lack of sense of direction, I think. Do you remember the time that we were somewhere and the car broke down, and then a guy came to tow it?
Somewhere. We were 3 minutes from the house.
Yes, but whose car broke down?
It was my car, and it broke down.
And so then
we called for a tow. Or we somehow, I guess we got hold of Mom, and she called.
Well, I don't know, because I know that I was driving a car. Yes, I don't know how I was there, but I was driving a car. You were in the passenger seat. The towing truck was behind us, towing your car, and he was going to follow me home, and I got lost. Because you know why? Because there was the pressure to not make a mistake, and then I missed the turn. That was like the same turn that I had been making for a zillion years.
You came in your car to pick me up, and we were in your car. Behind us was the tow truck towing my car. We were literally 3-4 minutes from the house.
And what did you say that we should tell him? There had been there's construction or something. This is the faster way.
Instead of taking the turn we were supposed to take, we went all over the place, and we just
went a little bit.
We've got to come up with a story so he doesn't think we're totally insane, not knowing our way home when we're 3 minutes from the house. I think it was something about that. This was a better way to go because it was a shortcut in terms of traffic. The road less traveled.
Yeah, totally
the road
not
less
believable.
traveled is the one to take.
Right, you have to make a U-turn here. It's just the way you go.
And going around that supermarket is the best way to get home.
Right. Yes. And then another story I wanted to tell earlier, though, was when you were talking about how we used to be embarrassed by you when we were kids, which was actually something I talked with the guys on CNET the 404 about, because we all have parents that made jokes that we were all embarrassed by.
It's our job.
Right. But do you remember we had when we had home movies, and it was Laura's birthday, and so the camera's just on all the kids, and then you hear you make a joke off camera, and then you watch Laura, and you see her go. And then she scoots away from the table, and you just hear us like, Dad.
It was at her birthday party.
Yeah.
She was sitting at the table with 3 or 4 of her friends. She was about, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, something like that. And I made one of my, I would say dumb jokes, but they're not dumb. They're really great jokes. like the carpool joke.
Right.
And she did a slow burn.
Yeah.
It was right. She should be in the movies in vaudeville or something.
Yeah.
It was Jack Benny-like.
She was 8.
Long pause, and then you see her getting up from the table with the resolute look of, I'm going to take Dad aside and say, shut up, Dad. How many times? Yes. Well, it's our duty as parents. We were in a restaurant one time.
We have like 30 seconds, so
well,
just so you know.
Well, we were in the south of France with some friends, and my friend and I were trying to convince the 3-star chef in a fancy restaurant to add hoagies to his menu to become really famous. And we looked over, and our wives and you children, everyone had a look on their face. We're not with those guys. So we have embarrassed wives and children many times, but it's the pleasure of fatherhood, and it's been a pleasure embarrassing you, Allison,
Oh, thanks, Dad.
and a pleasure to be with your fans in these little visits.
I know, this is sad.
I'll miss you all, but maybe on the phone or something we'll
Yes,
almost
yes.
connect.
Yes, I will have you as a guest on the phone.
And of course, I've chained the door closed, so Allison really can't leave. She'll
Oh,
be
good.
here for a while. Don't go, Allison.
I don't want to go. It's a good thing my flight is delayed like 4 hours. Oh my gosh, we are out of time. Okay, you guys, I will
love
see you tomorrow.
Miss you. Be good to each other.
Those are my lines.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, bye. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.